Beautiful. I'm the shorter one.
Am I blending into the... I fucking hate this movie.
Wonder Woman! Wonder Woman!
I already have superhero movie fatigue in a serious way. I haven't seen like the last, I don't know, million superhero movies because fucking it's every week.
And to be fair, both franchises have had their big payoff things.
Yeah.
Marvel had 97 movies and climaxed with Avengers Endgame, where they just jizzed on the screen for 3 hours, whatever. And DC had 5 movies and released Justice League and came in their pants, whatever. So we've had a whole bunch of superhero movies, and we've had the climaxes, and now we're in this thing where they go, but we're not done. I need a recovery period. I'm chafing.
They may not be done, but I'm fucking done. After watching Wonder Woman 88...
84. Good start.
I no longer have just superhero movie fatigue. I am fucking exhausted. I am exhausted. I can't do it anymore. I just can't. No more superhero movies. No more. We're a 10-year moratorium on fucking people running around in tights doing stupid shit.
We're going to do so many more superhero movies on this show over the next year, even, I bet. This is obviously the sequel to the first Wonder Woman movie with Gal Gadot, directed by Peggy Jenkins? Patty Jenkins. I was close. What were your thoughts on the first Wonder Woman movie?
I enjoyed it. It was the
only, I did too.
It was the only of the DC movies. So since they started this whole thing, so I'm talking post Christian Bale, Batman. Yep. So it's been the only one of these DC movies that I've actually been like, huh, that was a good time.
It was a fun movie. I saw it multiple times.
Yeah.
I really love Gal Gadot's performance. I think, as a little fish out of water, she does a wonderful job. She was fun. She had a good, supporting cast. Chris Pine is always a delight to see on screen.
I love Chris Pine.
Yep. Patty Jenkins, she did some great stuff, It had, solid little script. It knew how to have some fun, but, had kind of like slightly grittier tone to it without being DC gritty.
Yeah, I like the time setting as well, taking place during World War I. I thought that was pretty sweet, the whole deal. It was a good movie. And so, like you, I had some pretty, not necessarily high expectations, but I at least expected to enjoy it. It looked like, based on the trailers, it looked like, the whole 80s setting was going to be fun and the whole deal. And again, I like Gal Gadot. I love Chris Pine. I like everything. I like him in everything. Like even in the shitty stuff he's in, I like him. Pedro Pascal. The fucking Mandalorian's in this movie, right? And then of course Kristen Wiig. Who doesn't like Kristen Wiig?
Kristen Wiig's
the best.
Like, what a cool cast.
Yeah.
What a cool fucking cast.
Yeah.
How could they possibly fuck it up?
Well, we'll tell you. From the opening, I was like, oh.
Let's just start by saying, and the opening really really drives this point home. This movie's 2.5 fucking hours long.
Yeah.
And you will feel it. From the very beginning, because the opening segment takes 5 hours. They have a little flashback to young tween Wonder Woman doing the
American Ninja Warrior.
Yeah, Amazon Ninja Warrior.
She's kicking ass, she's out there winning, and she's doing all this amazing shit, and she gets taken out by a bush.
She takes a shortcut and tries to cheat to win, and she almost wins, and then she gets stopped by a ham-fisted moral.
Yes, from Princess Buttercup.
And then we go to the mall.
Let's go to the mall.
It's super 80s. So 80s, you'll never forget how 80s Wonder Woman is.
I spotted an error.
Woo!
It was 1984. They had Operation Wolf in the arcade, and Operation Wolf didn't come out until 1987.
Patty Jenkins, you're fired.
Fired.
There's a heist of a antique store. But yeah, a bunch of robbers go crazy, fucking slipping on banana peels and juggling butter guns, and Wonder Woman comes in to stop them. In something that's so corny, it felt like a 90s superhero movie.
Yeah.
It felt like fucking Batman and Robin.
And that's a good point. Like, as I was watching this movie, I was like, this is Superman 3. Like,
Yeah.
that's how it felt, like, in tone.
The first Wonder Woman was a bit corny at time.
Well, yeah.
Their fucking villains were like, they're the bad Germans, but the evil ones who are like, yes, it shall be so evil and I love it. Oh, okay, there were fucking corny comic book characters, but this just feels like corny 90s movie comic book
Yeah.
in not a great way.
Right.
With slightly better special effects. Yeah.
Come on, let's talk about just one special effect.
The running is so bad!
Yeah, there's a heist. Somehow the movie should be called Wonder Woman and the Magic Rock. 'Cause
Yeah.
the movie's about a magic rock.
We're gonna try and avoid too many spoilers.
Yeah.
So, no spoilers yet. There's a magic rock MacGuffin, and it basically causes some mystical, magical mayhem that... How do I go further without not spoiling this shit?
Like every superhero movie, there's a fucking world-ending calamity.
Yeah.
Right. So anyway, you got your Wonder Woman. You got your Steve Trevor. He's back. You've seen him in the trailer. He's fucking. She wishes him back with the magic rock. We got Max Lord, who is played by the Mandalorian. And then we got her name's Barbara something or other, but it's fucking Chara, and she's played by Kristen Wiig. Those are the characters. These are the pillars of the movie.
I can't include the Chitara thing. That's a huge spoiler.
No, that's been in the movie. They're in the trailers. They've shown that shit.
Did they? Man,
trailer.
I'm glad I didn't watch the trailers. That would have spoiled some real shit.
These four characters are the pillars of the movie. Max Lord, played by the Mandalorian, is a Donald Trump type, and Kristen Wiig, she's like the nerdy.
She
wants
is
to be
a
Diana.
stereotype that should have died in movies 30 years ago, but I guess because this movie takes place in the 80s, it gets to reuse old fucking just cliche tripe and not try and improve upon it ever, so...
So adventures happen.
Yeah.
Adventures
Anyway, fucking spoilers, but you can tell we don't like this movie. And so just, if you want to watch it, bye!
All right, so there's just so much to cover, man. So Max Lord, the Mandalorian, he's running out of luck. Like he's just wants to be this big business tycoon.
Yeah, also, can I just say, you put Pedro Pascal in a suit, and you like dye his hair and comb it the way they did.
Yeah.
He looks like someone accidentally overproofed Nathan Fillion before putting him in the oven. It's just, it doesn't, like, nothing against Pedro Pascal. Love you, buddy.
I don't even know where to go from here, man. Like, so they're chasing this rock around the goddamn world, and
Look, okay, there's a rock, and it grants wishes. But, monkey's paw, when you make a wish, you lose the thing that you treasure the most or whatever, because the rock was made by, a god that Diana's like, the deceiver, glaggle but it's the devil. It's the fucking devil. He's known by many names.
So she wishes to have Steve Trevor back, and this is the part I want to talk about because it bent my fucking brain. Because Steve Trevor comes back, but only she sees him as Steve Trevor. He's really inhabiting.
He's in
just
the
some
body of
a rando. Just
yeah.
a rando, fucking random guy. So that's like, it's like if I were to say, oh man, I wish my dead girlfriend came back, and she came back but in Klaus's body.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I start fucking my dead girlfriend, but what I'm really doing is I'm fucking Klaus. And this poor Klaus, he's got no say over this. He doesn't know that I'm fucking him, because his mind is gone because I put my dead girlfriend's mind in Klaus's body, and I'm having my way with Klaus. I'm bending him over. I'm doing all sorts of filthy shit. And then we're in spoiler territory, right? So
Yeah.
at the end of the movie, in order to get her powers back, she has to relinquish her, or, fucking take back her wish. So Steve Trevor fucks off, and dude's back, and he's like, why is my asshole so sore?
Wow, Steve Trevor's in this guy's body, and this guy had a life. Like, Steve Trevor's like, yeah, guy looks like an engineer. Here's his house and stuff.
Yeah.
It is never once an issue for them. Like, we've basically erased another human being for you to be back. Yeah. Diana never has a goddamn problem with that.
Never.
That is never the issue for her.
Never.
Ever.
Nope.
She, as a hero, is never just like, what about this other guy? Maybe that's why I should relinquish my wish.
Yeah.
No, she's fine with it. Fuck you, other guy. My dead boyfriend from 70 years ago is back. 70 years, she never got over a guy.
70 years ago, that's the other thing. She's still having dinner by herself. She's not giving anybody else a second glance.
I get her being a loner because she's immortal and people are going to die. But her being like, yeah, Steve Trevor, I miss you. And it's like, he'd be dead by now anyway.
Yes.
It happened 70 goddamn years ago or whatever.
It happened a literal lifetime ago.
Yeah.
So, and then you've got Kristen Wiig, who's this mousy little timid thing.
I'm a nerd and people make fun of me. In the first 10 seconds of her being on scene, she's like nerdy and like walking in holding stuff with a briefcase. And I literally said, if her briefcase falls open, I'm done. And her briefcase falls open and papers fly everywhere. And then I'm like, no one's gonna help her pick it up. Some guys walk by and she's like, oh, I just dropped. God damn it.
So what she does, she gets the hold of the magic rock, and she's like, I wish I was like Diana, Wonder Woman. And so all of a sudden, every guy in the world wants to like get on her, and she's like walking with and exuding such confidence. And so anyway, when it comes time for people to take back their wishes, she's like, fuck that, I'm just as
Yeah,
badass
she
as
turned
Diana.
into a cheetah.
for reasons.
Because Max Lord gave her
Another
more
wish.
stuff. But we're jumping way ahead.
yeah, we
It doesn't. Her fucking arc doesn't make any goddamn sense. She loses her sense of compassion. Basically,
Yes.
that's what she treasured the most. Okay.
And then again, you've got Max Lord, who he wishes to become the Rock itself.
Yeah, how that didn't get Monkey's Paw to fuck him over. He's holding the rock. He's like, I wish I was you. And I was just like, that's fucking dumb. But then it's just like, rock crumbles away and he's like, I can do it.
So now people are coming to him and they're making their wishes, and then he gets to take something back from them. So he becomes like the most powerful man in the universe. Not He-Man, but close.
Yeah, sure.
It's dumb as fuck. I want to talk about one other thing, Klaus. Steve Trevor and Diana, they jump in this jet. Now, the last fucking airplane that Steve Trevor flew was practically right out of
World War I era plane.
It was practically right out of Wilbur and fucking what's his nuts. Orville's
Planes were
fucking,
new.
Yeah. So anyway, but they jump in this jet and he's like, got this. And
Yeah, he literally looks at this panel of controls on a fucking jet,
Yeah.
and he's just like, okay, the thrusters and this and fuel. What?
Yeah, and he literally says like, I mean, it's just air, nothing to it, So anyway, they get up, and Diana's like, well, there's fucking radar, man. They're gonna find us. And then she works some weird ass magic and turns it into the
my
invisible
father
jet.
Zeus hid Themyscira with magic, and I've been trying to figure it out. And she's like, ooh, and she makes the jet invisible, so you get the invisible jet from Wonder Woman, which neat callback to something that's really
I really was
not
hoping it would
necessary,
show
but
them like the cartoon would show them just like
sitting there in midair, just.
So anyway, so they book ass in the invisible jet from Washington D.C. to fucking Cairo.
Which I would like to ask.
Yeah.
What is the travel distance of a battle cruiser jet, a fighter jet? What is the travel distance of one of those? Because I feel like they're not meant to be transatlantic, because normally they're scooted around on big boats.
They get over there, and then they start having this weird ass like Mad Max Road Warrior kind of fucking chase down a highway. What the fuck's happening? It's like this whole caravan, and they're chasing them down, and cars, and they're jumping from car to car, and they look ahead, Klaus, and Diana's like, oh shit, there are kids playing soccer in the highway.
I accept that because I grew up in a small town. We played fucking like street hockey and stuff in the fucking street.
In the street, not on a fucking freeway.
In the middle of the goddamn desert. How many people are fucking driving out in the goddamn desert? Not that many.
Well,
The kids,
I don't know, but maybe,
you would think
maybe
the
also
kids
the
would
kids would be like, hey, look at all these cars coming. We should get the fuck out of the
Yeah,
road.
normally you'd think the kids would see that and be like, come on guys, let's move. Let them by. Also, this is after, while Diana's like leaping out of the car that her and Steve are in, and she's trying to smash up the other cars and do her super CG run or whatever, one guy fires a bullet and it goes past her and she's watching the bullet. It's gonna hit Steve Trevor. So she takes out her lasso of truth and she lassos the bullet out of the fucking way. I hate this lasso in this movie because it went from being like a neat weapon that definitely defied physics in the first one, the way she would like whip and pull, but I was like, I accept that. To in this movie, she lassos bullets, it fucking whips around like it's a goddamn Venom symbiote, you know, just like, I'm the whip. She lassos clouds and lightning to help her fly. I hate this goddamn lasso so fucking much.
It's bad. And you know, we're calling out these individual things like the kids playing soccer in the road and the lassoing the thing. And it sounds a little bit like nitpicky here and there, but these things happen in every scene. These absurd, like, mind-bending fucking things happen literally every like 3-4 minutes.
It's literally either something so dumb that you're like, what the fuck? Why is this happening? This is stupid, or this doesn't make sense. Or it is a scene that lasts for like 5 minutes that you're like, this could have been a 15-second cutaway to give me some information, and it just keeps going. This movie did not have to be 2.5 hours long.
God, no.
This movie could have been 45 goddamn minutes shorter and would have been significantly improved for it, because at least then you would just have a steady stream of stuff that's so stupid it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But this movie gets ridiculously boring at times.
Oh yeah. God, yes. Was there anything, Klaus, that you enjoyed about Wonder Woman 84?
Gal Gadot is very sweet, and I think she's a lovely actress.
See, that's the thing about these DC movies, is that they almost across the board suck, but they have nailed the casting so well on almost all these DC Universe movies. So I agree, man. Like, really the only thing about this movie that I could point at was like the casting. The casting was great.
Yeah, the cast, very, very good cast. The plot and just the plot, the filming, the tone, it felt like the producers to this saw DC release Shazam, and when people loved Shazam compared to our other stuff, make Wonder Woman more like Shazam, and it's like, Shazam was goofy and kind of silly. It's supposed to be the funny one. Wonder Woman wasn't really that, and they were like, make it like Shazam! Don't watch Wonder Woman.
Don't do it.
Even you have HBO Max. It's essentially free. If you don't understand how money works, you should watch it. Yeah. But probably don't, because if it was shorter, I would probably say give it a watch. You'll get some laughs.
Like not good laughs. Like, holy shit, this is stupid.
Oh yeah, laughs at its expense. I had a lot of laughs at its expense with the physics and the CG and all that. It's goofy as shit.
I have 2 children, 10 and 13, and we shut off the movie last night, and both of them said, that was terrible.
Wonder Woman.
Children hate it.
Yep.
So, there you go.
Movie for no one. Enjoy.
Bye-bye.
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
Do.
Oh, come here, Steve Trevor. Come here, Steve Trevor.
Ah!